Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be looking at the week ahead in RTS, and it is the last week of 2020, just creeping into the first week of 2021. We have got some major things coming to an end. Obviously, Bashing Through the Snow being a multi-week event, this is going to be the last week for that, and we're going to see what's on the horizon, what you have to look forward to and prepare for next week in Road to Survival. So if we look at the calendar, we can see first off, obviously, the Battle Pass continues. I'll be doing a live stream on Monday the 28th, just going over the Battle Pass missions when they drop. They're not too big a deal now. It's pretty straightforward. Everyone's got used to how the Battle Pass works. But I will be doing a live stream when they drop on the 28th. Looking at the actual events that are going to be going on, obviously Bashing Through the Snow, which I mentioned before, does finish on the 4th of January, which is the Monday after this week's calendar. So generally speaking, the Monday will have the last remnants of a level up tournament, and that'll be your last chance to get snowballs. Do grind as hard as you can this week and buy bags and stuff. If you do not have enough snowballs to get S-Class Governor, it is going to be quite hard to come by him after the event, as you've seen with previous event characters. We've only had one or two event characters come back just momentarily. We've got Aaron in one of the previous war depots. We've had Jesus actually in the current login event, or the login event that just finished, the 12 days event. So it is quite hard to come by large amounts of those cards. So do get Governor while you can. The Candy Cane Carnage event does continue. This is effectively pay to participate event where you have to pay a small amount. It is very small to buy the mistletoe. I think it is to open a roadmap. However, obviously the event rewards are not that great. I have had a couple of people in my factions purchase some of the robots, and I have got some pulls off the wheel and haven't really got too much to speak of there, just because I've got all of those characters myself, and most spenders will have as well. Did touch on this event in last week's edition of the week ahead in RTS, and it's pretty much as I assumed it would be. We do have a brand new event starting up, and it is going to be Walker's Eve. I have gone over this event in more detail, but it does start on the 28th, and basically it is going to be a faction event where there will be a daily roadmap where you have to just take out, I think it's 5 or 6 stages. It looks like 5 on one act. You get these 2021 glasses. You accumulate them with your faction, and you'll get rewards from doing so. You'll get 200 Walker tokens, 200 Walker tokens, 200 Walker tokens, and then 400 Walker tokens. That would be enough, along with the amounts you can claim with your champagne bottles. The roadmap is farmable. If you want the full details of this event, do make sure you check out my introduction video. But basically, you can complete the entirety of this first stash. I believe it's 35 items. And then there is a completion S-Class box as well. And there's a few, I think there's over 1,000 S-Class cards you can get your hands on just from participating in this event. There are, however, more rewards as always if you are willing to spend a little bit of money. And generally these 1 to 2 week events for cards can be quite a good way of getting your hands on a lot of cards for a bit more reasonable amount of cash. They are generally not the most recent characters, but still there are some very strong characters in the selection here. So that's it in terms of the events that are happening this week. It is obviously going to be a little bit more of a quiet week because it is still like the festive season effectively. We have got the holiday recruits wheel coming to an end, I believe, this Thursday. The current wheel that has Diego in it has been updated. You can see Magnus, Scotsman, and Carl were added to that wheel. If you haven't checked that wheel out, you can see those 3 characters are on there now. I believe it's Marge, Marcus, and Shane who have been removed for these characters to come in. I do believe it's an upgrade with these 3 characters coming in over the 3 that were removed. And obviously Diego being the last holiday recruit character you can get your hands on. This is your last chance with the increased odds that the holiday recruits are offering. I hope, and I think a lot of people probably do as well, that there's some of these changes are going to come into the normal S-Class wheels going forward, particularly just the removal of 4-star characters. Should not be in an S-Class wheel. Having it so that you've got more chance of getting something to do with an S-Class character than not. I believe right now it's 59% chance to get something to do with S-Class characters on your pulls on the promo wheel in the holiday recruits wheel versus, I believe, somewhere in the region of 33%. Which is obviously really bad on the normal promo wheel. Big updates coming on the Saturday as well, as we do have a Blitz War on the horizon and the new War Depot coming into the game. If you didn't check out the War Depot preview that I made, it is going to have a lot of nice characters in there, boosted cards as well over the previous War Depot, where I think the previous War Depot had stacks of 200. Or maybe 400, I think it was 200, whereas now some of the older characters that are going to be in these crates go up to stacks of 700. So if you are newer coming to the game, you're going to be able to catch up getting some of those older, quite important characters. I think, for instance, Princess is in there, and that's going to be quite nice for people who are trying to catch up. The Blitz War is going to be on the 2nd, which is the Saturday, as you can see, and it's going to last until the 3rd. It is going to be 6 versus 6. It should be 6 versus 6 for everybody, regardless of your wave. And you can see there are going to be 4 strongholds: AP bonus, attack up, and HP up. The attack ups are probably going to be trait specific, but it doesn't break it down too much here. The rest looks pretty normal. First repair, 15 seconds. You can see the normal Blitz rewards, 25 of the S-Class crates for first place. We're going to scroll down to see what's in the rewards. Abraham cards and Scotsman's cards as the top 50s. They're Magna and May, Marge and Carl, Akira and Callie. So we do have some really good characters as a selection here. And the 50s and 40s, I think most people are going to be quite happy with what they can get their hands on. So that's it for the little extras on top of the events. Like I said with the Bashing Through the Snow event though, it does last until the Monday. Do make sure you claim those rewards in the grey market while you can. Now it is worth mentioning that Bashing Through the Snow is a multi-week event, and we will generally have another multi-week event pop up early January. I think it might be a little bit delayed just because of the timing, but it could become as soon as that same week. So this one will finish on the 4th of January, and we could have one by the 8th, which is the same week's Friday. It will also most likely have another character attached to this. So any thoughts on what the mystery character could be in the next multi-week event? Let me know in the comments down below. Now we go on to the tournaments and the cards. We have Axel for just basic placement rewards, which is obviously fantastic for a lot of people because Axel is a really good character. I personally have him already, and I haven't leveled him up that much. He's a really good character just to have as a leader. If you did get North from the Battle Pass, works fantastically well with him, and also Arav and Andrea, who's going to be added into a lot of rewards going forward. It looks like the next reward system has got Andrea featured everywhere. Battle Pass, 12 days event that just finished. We also have the War Depot that's got Andrea in it as well. So a lot of people are going to be getting their hands on Andrea. However, the top tier card in the crate placement is going to be S-Class Morgan. A lot more recent, a defense team character. I think he's okay. I think he's pretty good. He's going to be frustrating in the right teams, and I think he could work quite well, let's say, in a Jesus defense team. Just because he's got the taunts, he's going to be able to take control of those trauma attack teams. One of the biggest downsides of the Morgan was the fact that you could potentially use attack while taunted while going up against him. But when you're coming up against a trauma team, attack while taunted isn't really beneficial there. So he could take advantage, control some attack teams, and dish out quite a hefty bit of damage with that bide. He is, of course, buy 2 as well, I believe. He was the first buy 2 character, so it is going to be much more devastating than it previously was. Looking at the tournaments where we can achieve these cards, it's going to be the normal solo level up, faction level up in the normal sequence we're used to. It was obviously reversed for Christmas week just because of the fact that they didn't want to put a faction level up during Christmas. We have got a faction raid tournament at the beginning of the week, so this is your chance to get some armory tokens as a faction. Solo Survival Road midweek, and then we have that Blitz War at the end of the week, like I showed previously. We do get a mod removal for 24 hours on the Friday, and it does only overlap, by the looks of things, a faction level up. It generally overlaps other things like SR, although it does have the same dates as SR, but generally speaking, the overlap is terrible, and it can make it very hard to remove your mods and still be able to perform in certain tournaments. So I might do a mod removal stream on that Friday. I just have to set aside an hour or so just so I can remove my mods in the first place, because removing your mods is just still absolutely ridiculous. So that's it for the tournaments as well. Pretty standard stuff here. It is worth noting that on the 31st, the Thursday, I will be doing a live stream a little bit later than usual. That is my weekly live stream slot. I'm going to be live streaming as usual, but I'm going to start around about 8 or 8:30 UK time, which is generally an hour to an hour and a half later than I would usually start. and I'm gonna stream until midnight UK, basically into the new year. We're gonna call in 2021 on the stream. We did this last year and it was quite fun. And honestly, I can't go anywhere. There's nothing I can do. And chilling out with you guys on stream is honestly, I enjoy it a lot. So if you're gonna tune into my stream on the 31st, I will see you there. If not, have a great new year, guys. I wanna thank you very much for tuning into this video. Make sure you grind out the rest of Bashing Through the Snow, like I said before, while you still can. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.